Hello everybody and welcome back to another StarCraft 2 commentary. I am PsyStarcraft, and as you can see I am back to doing some of my own games. I know in yesterday's cast I mentioned I'm going to try to start streaming again starting next week, and I want to start casting my own games because that was kind of the original purpose of my channel, is to analyze my own play and do Zerg versus whatever in the first person view like this. So I am starting on Thursday, and I also want to highlight that tomorrow will be Fan Game Friday. I'll be posting on Facebook and Twitter when I want you guys to just join channel StarCraft in StarCraft 2, and I'll gather a bunch of you up and play some King of the Hill or something like that, and I'll probably cast quite a few like I did last time because that was a lot of fun. I had some good opponents, I had some not so good opponents, I had some funny games and some pretty abrupt games that weren't the best, but this is one of my fans, and we are talking about HD, and I think actually I say something, I forget, I don't know. It's probably going to be somewhat embarrassing. I forgot that I was actually talking about HD in this game, but this guy is my fan and he asked to play me and I wasn't doing anything, so I was like, yeah, sure. And I guess that's why he's bringing up HD. HD is a lot more popular than me, so he's a lot more busy. Yes, I'm going to BlizzCon, Mr. Garrett Cooper. If you watched my videos, you'd know. And yeah, I say this guy would probably beat HD because I have played this guy before, Mr. DDxDoomAzn, and I feel like he is a stronger player than HD. And I talk a bit of smack, but you know, not everyone can be PsyStarcraft in terms of skill, but he's definitely got me beat in the YouTube game, so he's got that going for him. Anyway, let's get on with this game. I completely forgot about that little exchange. I have no problems with HD. What? Oh, okay, now I remember this too. Anyway, I am going 15 hatch. This is a pretty big map, especially on cross positions. I don't think, yeah, I don't think I've scouted. I don't know if I should be casting this game or not, but I actually don't know if Pain User or HD do smoke. That's just speculation. Pain User does seem like the type to me, so again, no hard feelings towards anybody. Oh god, people are going to be so mad at me for casting this game. My opponent is going Forge first with an expansion, and I'm actually surprised he didn't try to cannon me out after going Forge first like that, because he saw I was fast expanding. And I guess either he doesn't really know how to, maybe he thought, okay, this is going to be a respectful game. I do not want to cannon outside because he's so awesome or something like that. But yeah, just a little bit of chitter chatter going on. Oh, my phone's ringing! Shit! Oh, who's that? I don't even know that phone number. 503-550-48. I'm not going to say the last two numbers because you guys will look it up and it'll be like a herpes clinic or something like that and you'll know. So I probably shouldn't have said that much already. I'm just giving away too much today in this cast. Anyway, my opponent did go hatch first, or Nexus second, I should say. Forge first and then a Nexus. And my gas is pretty, notice I'm just now getting gas and I've already got my hatchery up and stuff like that. This is going to actually allow you to pump out a lot more drones than normal. Your speed is going to be later, but you don't really need map control, especially when you see that your opponent is fast expanding. So I have scouted the fast expansion, and that's going to mean a couple things. I know I say this every single cast, but I feel like it's important to mention. It means 2-base aggression. It means 2-base tech, or it means early 3-base. It's hard to really combine any of those. I guess you could try for some early roach aggression into macro, but I don't really like that. And we'll see what I choose this game. I'm still only running off of 1 gas, and I'm just now getting 100 speed. My speed is going up. I'm getting that 3rd queen. And because you get the gas so late against a fast Nexus in this fast expansion build, I am able to fund a 3rd queen right away. And you can actually see I pulled off all but 1 worker from the geyser, so that pretty much indicates it's going to be a quick 3-base play. If you're Protoss and you're scouting that, hopefully he saw that I did pull off, and he'll be expecting that 3rd base. Now he is throwing down 2 more gateways before a cybernetic score, so that's very strange. He's not going to be able to produce anything but zealots out of that. I did take down that probe, and if we check out the harvesters, it's 38 to 27 already. And I'm not sure about this. 2 more gateways before cybernetic score. I guess he's timing it so they finish at about the same time, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it timed so well that he has 3 stalkers on the way and starts his warp gates as well. But this drone, man, still just chilling. He's not going to waste money on his zealots. He's going to work on his probe count and maybe start his +1 sometime soon, not sure. And just got to keep up the injects. And there's that quick 3rd base. Around 6 minutes is when I laid that down. And just having no drones on gas, having a single drone on gas is what allowed me to do that. And I've been able to pull ahead 42 to 33. Although you know, I'm pretty much max saturation on my minerals, so now I'm going to start with my gas. 2 gases going down here, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to start rallying to my expansion pretty soon too, because my harvester count's actually looking really good, 44, 34. Okay, so he's going 3 gateway, 5 gateway now, with warp gates obviously, into some blink stalkers it's looking like. So, you know, when you're on 3 base, your tech choices are really limited because you're making so many drones and so much economy early on. So I feel like when you do go 3 bases as a Zerg this fast, you're really kind of stuck on roaches. But I don't know if that's necessarily bad or anything, but I felt like that's where I was at, so I threw down 2 Evo chambers, and I want to start my roach upgrades right away, and of course get the speed. We can see my layers on the way around 8 minutes as well. And my harvester count's still looking great. Looks like he has started to cut some harvesters for some kind of blink timing attack. 10 more drones on the way. And you know, if you're a Zerg and you're building 10 drones at this point in the game, it's pretty risky. You probably want to get some kind of scout out. I have, what, 1 Zergling to really see what's going on. You probably want to get a scout out to see if he's going to move out, what kind of buildings he has and stuff like that, even just as Overlord, before you make such a ballsy move and make 10 more drones, because I'm now sitting at 64. He's got a nice sneaky pylon here. I don't think I even saw that. And does he see my 3rd base? Yes, he knows my 3rd base is there, so he's going to be able to warp in a great location. Meanwhile, I'm sitting at 68 to 40 harvesters. My roach warren's up, speed and +1 and +1 are coming up. And are his stalkers going to be moving out anytime soon? He's waiting on his blink, he's waiting on his warp gates, saving up plenty of money, needs a little bit more supply. There we go, and he's going to have a pretty nasty warp in here. What, 5, 6 gateways with blink off 2 base? It seems like a pretty logical logical count. And now here come the roaches. I feel like I'm saturated enough at all 3 of my bases. I need to start making units for when he does push out with something. I've got the middle of the watchtower, and I see these 9 stalkers, and it doesn't look like a whole lot, but this was before I knew it was blink stalkers. Blink stalkers, especially against roaches, much more powerful. Fortunately, I do have some nice creep spread. He might just actually blink up here and try to assault me from up there. That changeling does go down, and if we check out the units, it's 18 roaches to 12 stalkers, but there's the blink, blinking each individual stalker as they get weak. Very good tactic to use. One of them almost going down, 1 stalker going down. Now rallying in roaches as much as I can. 9 roaches on the way. They're almost +1/+1. They have their speed upgrade, but look at this. All of his stalkers just with no shields whatsoever, warping in 3 more, and they are just cutting my roaches to pieces. Look at all these weak stalkers back here. Great micro by Doom. But I do have 15 roaches coming. I am forced to pull off some drones. I just don't feel like my roaches are meaty enough to take all these shots, so I'm going to let them kill some drones first because they do less damage to those drones. Now, retreating with the drones, I realize, you know, I'm probably about to clean this up. My 1-1 is almost finished. 8 more roaches, a couple lings on the way. And remember, keep up your injects while you're fighting. My injects are not going down right now when I really need them. And still some great micro by Doom. He's continuing to warp in whenever he's got it available. And finally, looks like I'll be able to clean it up. But a pretty nice timing by Doom. Perhaps a bit too slow, not the best timing, not the crispest timing, I should say. And I am able to rally out and just take him out. I am down to 64 harvesters to 48. But if we check out my unit count, it's 17 roaches and 20 zerglings against just 7 stalkers. So he is forced to flee here. And now I'm free to really just macro up. I have a couple choices at this point. Make a ton of drones and, you know, take a 4th base and tech up. Or just make a ton of roaches, maybe switch into hydros and just attack him. Now, in this situation, I am pushing out with what I have. Looks like I'm able to take out a couple of stalkers, but with that warping of the zealots, I'm going to back off, kill this pylon, and just tech up. Now, at this point, this is a casual game. This guy is just kind of a fan. He's a pretty good player. At this point, I kind of just want to do something goofy. So you're going to see a strange transition here that I don't recommend, per se. So, yeah. You'll see what it is in a second. My +2 for range is now going up, and he's taking his 3rd. He's also getting Templar archives for High Templar. I've got some pretty nice creep spread, I gotta say. Some decent creep spread. And this is all just off that 1 extra queen. So that 1 extra queen can be incredibly helpful. Macro hatch coming up. And, you know, I should probably bust down these rocks just because he can blink around these rocks and use that how he decides. And I can't really. So, yeah. Infestors coming up. The pathogen glands on the way. And I made 17 drones, but where are they going? I now have, what, like 92 drones? I think I'm rallied up here or something. He's taking his 3rd base. And, you know, I always lose track of my harvester count. I'm now at 92, and that is way too many harvesters. I always forget how many I'm on. So what, like 24, 24, 24. I guess I could just do that, like look for 24, 24, 24, so that's about 72. Exactly 72. And I'm rallied to a hash rate that I thought I produced, but I didn't actually produce. 4 infestors on the way. A Overlord just flying in, doing a little bit of scouting, seeing that 3rd base, but it's fine because I'm taking my 4th base, or so I thought. My layer's on the way, some infestors, and I'm actually pretty close to getting maxed out. I've got like 7 overlords popping out, making my max 200, still spreading the creep. And he's got a lot of zealots. Now this is funny because, like I said, I was doing a crazy transition and I decided I was going to go ultras, and he's getting Zealot Archon with some Stalker support, and that's like the best composition to kill ultras, but he's really just using it because, oh man, that gas isn't mining right there, and that's this entire game, 15 minutes that gas isn't mining. That's a big deal, and that's why you're seeing so many zealots. He's not mining off that gas. It's really that simple. And you know, zealots are a pretty good counter to ultras, more as meat shields than anything else because they do 2 attacks, and ultras have tons of armor. But when you have Stalker and Archon support, you can actually take down ultras pretty fast. So we'll see if he sends out some kind of timing. He's only +1, his +2 is almost there. He's working on charge, and he is going to be sending in a Zealot Scout. And I push up with these Marines, or these Zerglings rather, and see his force standing out here, so I choose not to run in the front. I'm working on the back at the moment, and he can't see that quite easily. Nice positioning of the pylon there to scout that out. And unfortunately, my Lings are only armor upgrade. They don't have any attack upgrades. Here comes the melee. And oh no, these Zerglings need to get out of there. Losing just 1 Zergling. And I was happy about that moment because at that time I was macroing, but I was watching the minimap and I saw his red force coming at me. So I actually pulled back my Lings without even watching them. I was so proud of myself. So proud of myself. 4th base is up. I'm now at 4,000 minerals, 1,200 gas, and that's because I do have way too many harvesters. 95 harvesters. You should be around 70 to 80 as a Zerg. And here comes Doom with this crazy push out. I've got some upgrades coming from my melee units, but that's about all I have. I don't have any ultras. The Ultraless Cavern is on the way, and it has just now completed. A couple Overseers coming out because I was afraid of Dark Templar, and now 4 ultras, but are they going to get done enough? They now take 55 seconds as opposed to 75 seconds. And that's actually a lot of zealots. The fungals will be quite effective in this situation. And 1 fungal going down, not quite catching all of them, and 2 infestors suiciding. They do not like their lives. But the 2-2 roaches, man, with the upgraded Lings, they're not going to get two-shotted by the zealots, and this is actually going to be pretty effective considering the small force I had, the roaches I had in that force. They did pretty well, all things considered. They are going to get mopped up, and this is not looking too good. Ultra's almost out, 23 roaches on the way. These infestors are trying to run for their lives. No, infestors! The infestors go down, 1 ultra is popping out with 2-1 upgrades. Chitinous fighting on the way, 15 more roaches. Flanking from behind, drones being pulled off the line. Probably not a good idea because Archons do splash. All these drones falling so fast. 2 more ultras coming in from behind. And meanwhile, another Warpin from Doom flanking the ultras, but just too much rallying. I had too many resources saved up. It's now 192 to 68. He never really reached the ideal harvester count. He cut probes a bit too early, especially after his first attack, so that's part of the reason his supply is so low. So it's now 196 to 74. And you know what, I'm going to speed this up. The main purpose of this game was to let you guys know about Fan Game Friday tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. And to tell you that I want to transition into my own games once again and to streaming. So I'm pretty much just making tons of ultras at this point, tons of bases, just mining off the gas on all of them. But that was essentially the last attack of the game, the last encounter. Yes, he's on 3 bases, but I'm on a lot more. I'm even getting the gold. So we're going to see me just clean up in a second here with these ultras. And the 2-2 Roach is pretty good against the Zealot Stalker Archon composition, especially when he's really Stalker light. And the creep spread is pretty baller, I gotta say. If you look at the map, it's almost all pink. So, so here he comes. He's going for my 4th and 5th base, but I do see him doing that. And he doesn't have any sentries, not that it mattered because I have the ultras here. And pretty good movement by the ultras. 3 of them in there attacking all the roaches bombing away from far away. And the ultras, man, they do such bad damage against Archons. But look at this guy. Oh man, this guy is a baller. 5 armor, and can't even kill the Zealots. That's why Zealots are so good. It takes forever for ultras to kill Zealots. So many shots. I am going to force his army to retreat, or what's left of it anyway. Still sitting at 82 harvesters. That's not too bad. 82 is a pretty good number. And you can see I'm kind of starved for gas, so on all my bases I'm mining off my gas. I'm not really worried about minerals at this point. Another engagement in the middle, but Stalkers, they do bonus damage to Ultras, but when Ultras have 5 armor, it takes so long to kill them, so it's pretty difficult. If he was in high economy right now, he'd probably want to switch up to Immortals, like Immortal Zealot Archon, Immortal Zealot Stalker, something like that. But, you know, at this point it doesn't really matter. All those Zealots going down after tanking some good amounts of damage. 3 Ultras and some Roaches just pushing up into his main. And that's going to be about it. Man, look how tanky these Ultras are. They're so sexy. 6 armor. A couple of them going down. But if we look at the production, I've got like 8 Corruptors on the way. And he's actually just going to GG right there, and we ended up playing another match. I was getting some Broodlords. But I hope you guys learned a little bit about the 3 expansions, the expanding 3 times, and his blink timing. I was able to get Roaches out just in time, almost cut it too close. His timing maybe could have been a little bit earlier, but Fan Game Friday tomorrow. Keep an eye on my Facebook.com/PsyStarcraft and on my Twitter at PsyStarcraft. And I'll try to get some fan games with you. So, as always, shit yeah.